The Couch Steals are brought to you by the VLG Studio, the community for people with a story to tell.
You're now tuned in to the Couch Stealers anime podcast.
And guess what? You can't beat me because I'm the principal of Sans. Oh my god, he about to he got a hand. Let's go. He's having a full-on Shinji and Kari. Why am I fighting this thing?
Yo, what's going on, everyone? You already know. It's the Couch Stealers. It's the one and only Master Mikey J.
And it's your boy AU.
Yo, we appreciate y'all. Don't forget to listen wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review. Follow us across all socials at Couch Stealers and subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube channel to watch this video and other videos and shorts. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. And so sit back, relax, or don't. We probably already stole your couch. That's a little thing I like. I like spring it in there, but that's just gonna spring that in there.
God damn.
Spring that in there. How you doing, AU?
I'm good, man. It's been a good weekend. I had a really relaxing weekend so far. I really needed that shit. I feel like the last 3 months have just been nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, maybe 4, if I'm being honest, ever since I stepped into my new position. I just feel like I haven't had a single second, even weekend wise. I've been working on the weekends. I gotta work today after this pod more than likely, but yeah, I mean, it's the nature of it, when you step up into a higher position, and I respect it. I still do have a really good work-life balance, but there's just shit to do. So, you know what I mean? I just feel like I've been in a blender for a while, and there's been so much shit going on in life, people doing things, wanting to do things. And so this is the first weekend where I feel like I was able to just kind of really just sit down and do nothing. People were like, oh, let's go to the casino Friday. I said, nah, I'm good. And people hit me up yesterday. It's like, oh, let's go to the brewery. I said, nah, I'm good. I wasn't doing it.
Yo, honestly, I'm happy that the weekend is here. One of the crazy things, I also had a crazy week, just with life stuff. We was doing stuff with my wife's car. We was doing stuff with I had family stuff that was going on all week that kind of came to a head in the last couple of days. But it's just been a lot. So I'm very happy this is the weekend. I'm very happy I get to go and catch up on all my stuff.
Your weekend just started.
Yeah, my weekend just started. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
I didn't fully grasp that.
Oh yeah, my weekend just started, so I'm kind of hyped about it. So I'm in that mode where I'm like loosey goosey. But yo, we got a bunch of stuff we want to hit, a bunch of topics we got to hit. Appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. But AU, man, we got a major announcement.
Let's get into it.
We got a major announcement, and we got to talk about it. So they came out earlier.
Y'all
this
niggas
week,
in a blender.
and they started talking about the new sequel series to Avatar the Last Airbender, which is going to happen directly after. We're going to meet the Avatar directly after Korra, and that's going to be the Avatar from the Earth Kingdom. And bro, I put up a post on TikTok and on YouTube and on all the Couch Stealer socials, and y'all got to let me know how y'all feeling as all the Korra truthers, because apparently the story premise of this new sequel series is going to be that something happened with the previous Avatar, our favorite waterbending Avatar, that has now put the Avatar
that is
in a
not
position,
my favorite waterbending Avatar. Don't you ever.
That has now put the title of Avatar and the new Avatar in a position where they are literally wanted to end of life by both humans and spirits. So my question is to you, AU. What do you think she did? What do you think Korra did?
Before
simply have happened.
Before I even go into what the fuck I think she possibly did, first and foremost, all you motherfucking Korra people, y'all in a blender, and I'm thankful because y'all been going at Aang for mad fucking long. First and foremost. Now I get to really talk my shit about Korra, okay? Think about all the shit she fucking did and fucked up on while she was the Avatar. And you couldn't even end on a good note? What more shit could you have fucking done to put the Avatar, just the title of Avatar, in a position in which it is in such an unstable manner? How? No one's ever even done that before.
I'll be honest with you.
She's been setting records her whole career.
Records is crazy. Records is absolutely insane. Records was absolutely insane. Yo, you cannot sit here and tell me that she out here putting up triple-double numbers when it comes to messing up the fucking Avatar. Yeah, that's crazy. All right.
Nigga, she broke the Avatar line.
So I know, and that is, and I've said it on this podcast. I've said it to other people when we get on the conversation Avatar the Last Airbender. I personally enjoyed watching Korra develop as an avatar to go from like the I'm confident to like, oh wait, this is some real world shit. But I can never, ever, 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 ever forgive her for doing that.
Ever?
The fact, ever, bro. Ever. The fact that she did something and everyone's gonna be like, oh, well, what is she supposed to do? She trusted her uncle. Like they ain't never been an evil uncle in media
Exactly.
before. Y'all ever heard of Scar?
Exactly. Come on, my boy.
What are you talking about? Like, it got me to a place of frustration because even when that happened and watching every past Avatar get completely like ripped out of Rava and broken out of Rava and everything that came with, even Juan. So now we have to sit in a place
Even Juan. Jesus Christ.
We have to now sit in a place, and this is the thing that I saw going across social media.
She deported my nigga Juan.
I had this take. That's crazy. I had this take as well. What are you supposed to do as the new Avatar when the only Avatar you have for guidance is Korra?
It's Korra.
It's Korra. You can't go back and talk to Roku. You can't talk to Aang. You can't talk to Yang Chen. You can't even talk. You can't talk
to
Korra.
nobody.
Korra is
Korra. Korra is your guide.
You know how terrifying that is?
Man, listen. So let me take a step back real quick and just say, I am not a Korra hater. I enjoyed the show tremendously. Like, I loved Korra. I really did. And I loved Korra as a character. However, at the same fucking time, I can also just be like, you fucked the fuck up all the time. Like, all the time. And now you have cataclysmically destroyed the whole entire Earth again. Again. I mean, because if you ask me personally, like, the whole Rava thing and all that shit, I didn't think it could get worse.
Harmonic Convergence was crazy because it reintroduced the spirit world and obviously the real world, but I'm stuck at the place where if I'm the new Avatar, one of the cool things about the new Avatar, somebody had a crazy take on this on one of our TikToks, somebody left a comment behind it, a crazy take, was that because the new Avatar is going to be a twin.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be such a wild concept that I don't think people are wrapping their heads around because Rava is supposed to be the spirit that goes and transcends generations, goes to the next line in the cycle. But it's always a person. It's always another person. No matter how much craziness that person has to deal with, it's always another person. So what's going to happen to the spirit if it's split in two? And somebody was making that comment.
I don't think it's split in two, but go ahead.
No, because if you, yes, a twin is its own person, but there's got to be some.
That's not even what I mean.
I'll say this. I think it's a decent take that we have to wait and see. I think that there is something happened, and this is all speculation. Obviously, we don't know nothing until the new info comes out about the new season.
So if they come out and Korra didn't do shit, then like, yo, sorry, Korra, but I'm just gonna right now just say she did it. All right, sorry, go ahead.
She had to. It's to a point where. We were looking at twins, what if something has happened in the past with Korra that ended up getting to this cataclysmic, I can't even say that word, cataclysmic situation.
I couldn't say it
either. Like Rava was like split in two. And so now part of Rava is gonna, are we getting a good and bad Avatar? Are we gonna get a good and evil Avatar? Like,
that's what I was gonna say. I think the twin has Vaatu in him, or her. Whoever it's going to be. I think one is going to be Rava, one's going to be Vaatu. And so I think they're on the hunt because one of the twins has Vaatu spirit in it and like something occurred or whatever. So this is my take. Like I said, it's probably not Korra fault. Who fucking knows? But I think it's going to be a Vaatu Rava Avatar thing going on. And the Vaatu spirit did something, but like that's still my fucking brother no matter what, or my sister. Like I got to stick by my twin.
See, the crazy part about that, and that is a wild take, AU, bro. That's wild because Vaatu is always there. The same way Rava is always there. Light and dark have to always exist in that same way. Like you can't have one without the other. So Vaatu absolutely could be up in there talking about some, come on now, talking to the twin like it's doggone the Green Goblin mask, sitting there like, what you doing? Come on, you know what you want to do. Come on, go in there and take that city out. Go in there and take that town out.
Blow that shit up, bro.
Yo.
But like, I think, oh shit. I think I think that's I think is a really great possibility. And I also think it provides us with a tremendous amount of complexity within the series, because I remember when the shit first got announced and you hit me and I was telling you, I was like, honestly, I'm not excited for this new series. And to be fair, hear me out for a second. I said that I wasn't excited for it because I was like, I don't understand where else they can fucking go. Not that they can't create a great story, but like, how do you get beyond Vatu and Rava and like all of that with Korra? There was so much cataclysmic shit that happened in Korra. Like, how much worse can things get? Like, how much worse can it get than the essence of good and evil battling and almost destroying the world? What else can happen? So it's like, I wasn't excited when I first heard it. And I said to you, like, I'm really nervous about where the story can actually go in terms of stakes. But I do see how much complexity can actually come out of this storyline.
It's crazy to see the complexity of things, because to your point, they raised the scale with Korra. They did.
Mm-hmm.
They raised the bar with Korra as far as how much can be affected into the real world. And we really got to see the fact that the Avatar is the bridge between the spirit world and the real world. And then to the point where it didn't even become just the bridge. It became the literal embodiment of someone who has to lead both worlds. And it was in the hands of Korra. And that is just so bad.
Because she don't make good decisions, man.
That's the thing that I think people get so frustrated about, is that when, like, we not hating on Korra or anything like that, because it's like,
love Korra.
Y'all hating on Korra because she's a woman. Y'all hating on Korra because you think Aang is that. First of all, and this is the thing that people again do not realize, and I've had conversations about this. We were honestly kind of spoiled looking at Aang.
Mm-hmm.
Aang was one of the best avatars of, like, you could put him in the conversation as one of the best avatars ever.
Yes.
And not only that line leading up to Aang, you can also look at as being some of the best avatars of all time. Kyoshi, Roku, and then getting to Aang. Now, granted, there is a little bit of a bookmark here. There has been a little bit of a precedence.
100%.
Both waterbending avatars that we know about are trash. Let's keep it a buck. Their decision making is trash. My man got his wife's face taken by Golden Face Stealer, and now we out here, and he died young. And ain't no
waterbender's got a fucking streak, boy.
You can't tell me Korra lived until like 100 years old doing all this stuff. I know Korra died early. She had to. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. Korra died early.
Like, I mean, so did Aang, but like he died from illness. I feel like Korra died from doing something stupid, probably.
That part, and not only that, I'm not counting obviously the 100 years, but Aang still lived to be like a good like 90, 80 years old, somewhere in that range. He still lived a healthy life on top of the 100 years that he was in the ice block. So I truly think that the next...
No, he didn't. He died at the age of 66, I guess.
Really?
He died pretty early. He died of illness.
Oh, because he was already 100 years, so he's 100.
He was already, like his body was 100 years old.
That's a good point. Because like I said, because Katara was still alive and Korra's and all that. Okay, so fair. But I'm thinking about this through the lens of where we're going to, as from the next Avatar standpoint, because we've already looked at the fact that the waterbender avatars have really kind of messed up the world. And let's keep it a buck.
And we're not saying that Aang didn't make mistakes. We know that Aang made mistakes. Like, you can't grow as a person. Like, everyone has to get their grace. You're going to make mistakes no matter who you are as a person. However, the mistakes that Aang made didn't cause shit like this.
So here's the argument. Here's the argument on to that. The mistake that Aang made, the biggest mistake that Aang made was running away and getting trapped in the iceberg, because it sent the world into a 100-year war.
Yes.
It just did. That is his biggest mistake, at least to our knowledge, of him as the Avatar. And he did the shit when he was 10 years old because he was a little child, and that's what children do. They overreact. So he also rectified that mistake when he stopped the 100-year war, stopped the Fire Lord Ozai, and brought balance back to the world. It wasn't much. It wasn't the best thing that you could do. But when you stop a 100-year war that's been going on since you got trapped in an iceberg, since even before that, because it all started when Roku died. Because was it Sozin? Yeah, Sozin was like, yo, if all of my plans happen if you're not around. And my man said, hold up, I know the next Avatar is going to be an airbender. I know that kid got to be at least 10. We just go over there and just like, what did Rhodey do in Endgame when he was just like, go to Thanos and just, like, that's all he was trying to do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Aang went back, came, ended the 100-Year War. So although he made one of the biggest mistakes that you can make as an Avatar,
running with your responsibility and rectified that shit.
Yes.
And it didn't cause further like chaos, his rectification. Like everything that Korra did to rectify the mistakes she did just further advanced more problems.
Yes. Yes. And it's like and one of the cool things that I'll say that I'm like getting into the Avatar world, because I'm at the point now where Avatar's in that place. The Avatar universe is in that place where like Star Wars and Harry Potter and all that, other, where it's like there's so much content to consume and world building that has happened that it really creates a ecosystem in itself where anyone that is, you can have the legitimate conversations around what this Avatar did, what that Avatar did. Because I said I read the Yang Chen book, the Avatar from the Air Nomads before Aang. And reading that and getting a sense of that world, and in that book, basically like chieftains ruled the world. It was like basically like merchant chieftains were like, hey, look, we're gonna keep the materials and we're gonna hold on and we're gonna hoard, and like I'm gonna run this little place over here, you're gonna run that little place over there. And so Yang Chen as the Avatar had to go and basically be a political figure. Like she was more of a political figure for a lot of the book of like going in.
And actual, you weren't like an Avatar in terms of like bending and I gotta do shit to stop bad people. I was just like, niggas know I'm the Avatar, so I gotta show up and like mediate shit.
Yeah. And like the funny thing was, especially in the beginning, they had no respect for her. They had no, and she was like 19. They had no respect for her. They was like, bro, get this little girl up out of here. Like, would you just go on with your little Avatar self? So like, still getting to the point of where Korra comes in, because it is, I'm not going to sit here and act like being the Avatar is like, oh, it's so easy, you're the Avatar. No, it is a difficult job that you do not ask for. You do not ask to be the Avatar. Nobody asks to be the Avatar. You're just born, and that's it.
I'm pretty sure if anybody asked if you want to be the Avatar or not, most people would probably be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
That's a lot of responsibility
for a single person. So
just to bring it back home a little bit, because you know I don't like ragging on Korra. Like she had a wild responsibility and is terrible. Like, and again, I still do love Korra as a character. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed her character development, everything, and like. I liked who Korra was as a person. I really did. I just think she made some stupid ass fucking mistakes. Like for whatever God knows reason, like you would think you would learn like a little bit and like start making slightly different decisions when you realize you fuck shit up, and she just didn't. So it annoys the fuck out of people. So y'all Korra stands, y'all in a blender. But so we gonna see. I hope I personally get like more good things that I would like to say about Korra when we get to this point. And like, I hope she really didn't fuck the world up again.
So I'm going to say this. And while I can hope along with you, I can confidently say, because of the way that the next show can happen and the trajectory of the next show and how much content they can absolutely create in the story, I'm so excited for this story to see what the hell is going on. It's to the point where you have to put blame for a situation like this at the feet of Korra. Now, they might do an intricate way of doing it. They may do an intricate way where Korra got left with like two bad decisions. Like you got to try and take the road less what is it? Two evils? The best of two evils.
I know where you're going. You're good.
Yeah. I couldn't think of the analogy. I'm so tired. But like you got to get to that point, and both decisions sucked, and she had to make one. I want to see the steps that led us to that point. I'm not gonna hold you. I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see that, because we didn't get any Aang, dude. That's why I can't wait when they drop that movie, because I need to see how Aang got from, ending Fire Lord Ozai, and he ended that nigga. Ending him and then moving forward as an avatar. Whatever that looked like, I wish we got to see that. So I'm excited to see the movie for that, and I agree with you. That's my point. Like I need to know. I need to see everything that led up to that shit. I don't want that shit to just hit us with the, oh shit, cataclysmic, we got a new avatar, and then feed us this shit. Give me some backstory, please.
They're gonna give us some backstory, but I gotta say this. You are gonna be hard pressed to get me to not think this is Korra's fault when the title and the position of Avatar goes from being the most revered position and the most revered title in that entire universe, not just for 10, 20 years, 100 years, for the entirety of Avatar universe. The Avatar is the most revered and respected position that anyone could have in the entire Avatar universe. And you're going to go from being that in one Avatar, go from that to shoot on sight from both spirits and humans.
How you even run from that? But where did you go? I hear you, but that's where I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it wasn't her fault, and that's why I was like, okay, what if Vaatu out here going crazy? What if he found a way to slither on in? You know what I mean? Then that's not really her fault. That's not her fault. Unless she released this nigga or some shit.
She did the first time. Technically, she did the first time.
Look, that was on accident.
He was gonna get out eventually because, again, good and evil he was gonna get out eventually. But think about all the evil and all the chaos of that world that we know that has gone on between the two avatars that we know, from going from Aang, going to Korra. Those are the two avatars that we know the best. We have little snippets of other avatars: Roku, Kyoshi, Yang Chen, Sozin. Sozin was an avatar, but you know what I mean. We have other avatars that we have bits and pieces of, storylines of, whatever. We know the best about Aang and Korra.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to sit here and you're going to tell me that after everything that every other avatar has done, you are just going to not only wipe the past clean, you're going to start this past, the new generation, the new generation of all avatars. You're going to start it off by being like, you know what? I kind of fucked up a few times.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna stay hopeful for Korra. I'm gonna stay hopeful. Do I think it's her fault somehow? Yes, but I'm hopeful that it's not.
Somehow, I think we're gonna find out. What I think we're gonna find out is either going to do one of two things. It's either going to put Korra in a somewhat revered position, and the reason why I say that is because people are going to empathize with the fact that she had two bad decisions to make, and she had to make the one that was lesser than. And it obviously probably cost her life. So people are going to look at that and be like, you know what? She was in a bad situation. She didn't know which way was up. She had to make a choice. She is still the Avatar, and it cost her life. Okay, cool. Some people will look at that and revere her for that. I think the vast majority of people are going to look at the situation and say, what did we do to get here? And how much influence did you have to guide us along this path? Because that's what the Avatar does. The bridge between the two worlds, but it's also the guiding light for the world. What did you do to guide us to shoot on sight?
I hear you. But I'm saying, if my theory is true and Vaatu slipped the fuck out, that's not really Korra's fault.
I mean,
that's not her fault if it is. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt right now to some degree.
And if it's not, and if she
over here, I'm throwing her ass in the blender. I'm going sick on her. No.
The only thing I could think of, and again, they'll probably introduce something. The original creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender are back for this new series, so that's gonna we're getting good. We're getting fed. We're gonna.
We gonna get that good.
Yeah, we're going to get that good. So the reality is there is things that they can put in there to kind of make the story not only holistic, but make it so that she gets painted in a different light. Because they love Korra. And I think a lot of people that do love Korra love her for many reasons. And I'm with you. Korra did a lot. She always had the best intentions. Korra always had the best intentions for trying to make the world better.
Better. And if you ask me personally, I think she probably had the hardest job of an Avatar potentially. And like, hear me out.
Yeah, I want to say, what makes you say that?
In terms of the way the world was when she got brought into it as the Avatar, that world was political. It was progressing at an extremely fast pace, rate, everything. Like, there was so much going on in terms of advancement and how the like people viewed everything. So I think in that way, it was a very difficult like thing in terms of being the Avatar. The way you were talking about the first the Avatar, I can't remember the one you just said you read the book on. I can't remember Yang Chen. So the same way Yang Chen was a mediator in a political thing or whatever, maybe they didn't respect her and everything like that. You know what I mean? It still seemed as though the world was like in a place that was not wild. Korra came into the role in a wild place. It wasn't the Wild West, but it was just nuts. The advancement, everything from Aang to Korra, it was a completely different world.
Yeah, I get that. And one of the crazy things, and I'll say this about the oh my god, about the Yang Chen story was that secrets were it reminded me a little bit of Game of Thrones in that way. Like, everybody had little birds except the Avatar, and it's hard in a world where everybody got little birds and everybody getting information, and Avatar ain't getting no information whatsoever. That's kind of tough. But it was the industrial boom, and that's actually a really good point that you bring up with. And I mean, maybe they sheltered Korra a little bit too much while they were trying to get her to like learn her better. They sheltered her too much. They needed to have her more into classes about, hey, look, this is what the world's going. This is the way we're doing things politically. I mean, you're going to build bias in that way, no matter how you do it. But even the northern and southern water tribes were at war. Like, like there was a lot of chaos going on at that time. So I give you that. But again, you are still the Avatar. You still have to try to make the best decision. And she was young, and so she made a lot of stupid choices. But it's like, when you make stupid choices as a young person, it usually only affects your life and maybe like the people like most close to you. Yeah,
like when your immediate circle. When you're the Avatar, every decision you make, it affects the world completely.
The entire world. world. So, oh god, what did you do, Korra?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. But like, I will say, like I said, like I'm not like I said, but I'm a little bit more excited after we talked about it, like fleshed our thoughts about the show. And because I wasn't at first, because like I said, I just don't see how shit could get worse than what it already was. So that's where I was like, it was like the stakes were already too high. I don't know how you can raise them again. But, you know, again, I think I'm more excited more about the story and the complexities that they can bring forth versus what brought the story here, because I just don't see how the fuck whatever the fuck Cataclysmic looks like for them now could be any worse than what has already happened.
Yo, AU, I'll say this one thing. One of the infos that came out that I read about it specifically on this is that whatever the Cataclysmic thing was, the Avatar that is coming in, the new Earthbending Avatar, she got to try and protect the last stronghold of humanity. So whatever happened, the last stronghold of humanity is insane. So
there ain't no more humans, nigga.
That's just what they said, is that it's the last stronghold of humanity. So
Jesus Christ, what if the next Avatar is like a spirit or some shit after that? Because there ain't no more humans. I ain't even gonna go down that rabbit hole.
See, I start to think that we might be the end of the Avatar line, because the world may not need an Avatar anymore. I think maybe we get to a point that, I mean, I don't know, maybe the world may always need an Avatar, but again, speculation. Maybe we get to a point where the world not only doesn't want an Avatar, it feels like it doesn't need it anymore. So not only are you trying to come in as the new Avatar to clean up a mess that you ain't even create, even though everybody keep trying to tell you that, no, you did this in your past life. Like, bro, I ain't know her. What you mean?
I wasn't there.
I know her. But like, and then now you got to talk to her, and the first thing I'm saying to Korra,
like, yo, what the fuck did you do, nigga?
What did you do? Why, bro? Just why? Yo, like, oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. Bro.
I'm definitely more excited. But just to switch focuses just a little bit, because we having
Yeah,
like
what you
obviously
got?
a very tough conversation at the moment in regarding Korra and Avatar and all that other shit. I want to go back to something we were talking about pretty briefly. We don't got to be like a long conversation about it. Just we were talking last week about the gray area with that they bring forth in Invincible.
Okay.
And so I've been rewatching Invincible, and I want to pose the question to you: is Nolan a bad person?
Is Nolan a bad person? I think he is, but I also think he's starting to turn to a good person. That's how I look at it. I think when Nolan first arrived on Earth, he was a bad person. He was a Viltrumite through and through. He was a warrior. He's like, yo, here's what I'm doing. I also think that it's gotten to the point where as he started, and we saw this a little bit with like the backstory and everything when he was sitting there on Mark's face. He was, bro. He was just
he was beating his
over
ass
there
up.
using his head as a speed bag, bro. So sitting there having that conversation, having that flashback with himself, it started to show that he was starting to not only soften his heart, but I think, fall for humanity a little bit more. So I think he is a bad person because you are a bad person in the sense of the actions that he did. I mean,
of course,
he destroyed Chicago. But I think he's starting to look at life in a different way. I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna. I do know why, but I'm not gonna say. But I think he's starting to look at life.
Yeah,
in a
you know
way.
the story, but
yeah. And he's looking at life in a different way, and because of that, he's looking for a way to better himself. I won't say he's looking for redemption. I'm saying he's looking for a way to better himself because he realizes the actions that he did in the past were bad. They were horrible actions. And so whatever the reasoning behind why those actions were committed, you still have to, you got to live up to what you've done. And so I think it's more of, I don't want to be that person anymore. I recognize it was not a good person, and I'm going to try and do better. That's where I think he is. But I do think he was a bad person.
And I do agree with you that I think that he's trying to change his actions and everything, and he's changing his perception about all these things. Yes, I think that's obvious. However, the reason why I asked that question is because after rewatching it, I feel like I have a different perspective on Nolan. He was brainwashed.
By Viltrum.
And because rewatching it, Viltrum already became the Viltrum Empire before he was born.
Oh yeah, bro. The Great
Purge. Exactly, the Great Purge. And so I say that to say this: they brainwashed him to believe that what he was doing was correct. It was all correct. Like, we're doing this for the greater good. Rewatching that shit, he genuinely believed he was doing a service to every world that he went to.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially the fact, and not only a service to every world, but a service to Viltrum.
And
he was a loyal servant of Viltrum.
He was a loyal servant of Viltrum for sure. But even just deeper than that, and just to tie it back in, is that he believed that what the Viltrum Empire was doing was correct. And it was a good thing. Because I was rewatching it, and what brought me to this point was that when Mark was reading his books, and he was just an excited like young person, like exploring the galaxy, like seeing all these new things and whatnot, and just like he's like, these people need my help, and he believed that. He believed that shit. So it's like. And the reason why I asked that is because it's like going back to the gray area thing, and why I think this story and the writers are doing such an amazing job, because like I'm over here thinking about if Nolan is a really bad person or not. That's crazy. This man has been murdering thousands, millions of people probably, and I'm over here like, yo, is he really a bad person? Because like, this man had been getting brainwashed by people who have been doing this shit for so fucking long before he was even born. Did he even have a chance to think differently?
No, but at the same time, that's to the point of him starting to grow now, because now he is starting to think differently, and now he's like, yo, that was all really bad. And so that's why, again, I think his heart
and that was his first son. So maybe that was his first time having a family, and maybe that is the reason that, I think it is the whole entire reason as to why he is changing his perspective now. He had nothing to really like live for other than what the Viltrum Empire wanted for him.
Mm-hmm. And I think, again, the biggest part of the Invincible story, and this ain't,
It's
I'm
the
not
gray.
going to spoil it. It's not only just the gray. I'll say it like this: the biggest part of Nolan's story, 100%, is the fact that Mark didn't get his powers when like Oliver did.
Yes.
Like if Mark got his powers at a young age,
I think they've been fucked.
There's no story. There's no story.
Yeah.
There's no story. He's
If
just
he
like,
got
"Ah,
his,
cool."
if he got his powers at like 5, it would have been a wrap. The Earth would have been done over.
Yeah, the Earth would have been done by the time Mark was 12.
But he waited and he had to raise his child.
Yes, and that's
I remember
where
he had to raise his child. I remember watching. Yeah, I remember rewatching. Like I said, and he was just like, he wasn't sure if you were ever going to get his powers. He wasn't sure if he was ever going to get his powers.
Yeah.
So it was like he was literally waiting.
And waiting,
So much complexity. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that little topic into to the light again because like the gray, man. Rewatching this shit, the amount of gray there is, like it's just insane.
And I'm telling you, bro, we still at the tip of the iceberg.
I know.
Like, oh my god, the episode. I haven't watched the episode this week yet. I'm probably gonna do that today. But the one last week where we went into Oliver versus the Muller twins.
Yeah, I still think he gotta die, but
but the one thing that for me that is really, really great for that is that we got to see Battle Beast again. And I was really happy to see Battle Beast.
I was really happy to see Battle Beast. Yo, Battle Beast is oh my god, it just popped into my head as soon as you said Battle Beast again. I don't know why. His love to fight we're not talking like Super Saiyan or anything like that. There was someone who likes to fight and like that's all they want to do. I forgot who it was.
I think, and the sad part is, I have a feeling I know who you're talking about too, but I can't remember who it was. But I do remember someone of Battle Beast ilk where it's like, time to fight. Like, Battle Beast is one of my like favorite characters in the entire series.
Oh, so he pops up again. I'm really happy to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that Battle Beast pops up again because I don't want to lose him like I lost the Maulers. Rewatching the Maulers, dude, were like one of my favorite characters in the show, and losing them that really sucked for me personally. And just one more little topic, and I want to hop off the Invincible train if possible. Rex is my favorite character.
Okay, I can see that.
Rex is my favorite character.
So I'll say this. I'll say two things, and then we can hop off this. One, as far as the Maulers go, to me, it's kind of, and I don't mean this in a condescending way, but it's a little Ned Starky. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff to still go. Like, you kind of forget, like, oh yeah, that did happen because of Ned Stark. The whole Ned Stark beheading thing. So okay, cool. And also, they are flushing Rex's character out so much more in the animation. Like, Rex is there, and there's stuff with Rex, obviously, when like I read it. But the way that they're really flushing Rex out with his character, his growth. Because I said, even like they gender swapped a couple characters from the comic from the graphic novel to the animation. So Shrinking Ray's a guy in the comics. The Green Ghost was a guy in the comics. Okay. So they
but they brought complexity to flesh out Debbie's character. Exactly. So that was important because that moment where she goes to the AA thing basically, and they're like that was for her, and so they're doing a great job. Then hey,
listen, I can't wait.
They're doing an amazing job.
To the iceberg.
So one other thing I wanted to bring up as well, because before we hopped onto the pod, you're asking like. You're looking for things to watch. So,
like, I gotta, like, let me, while you doing that, let me just preface what I'm saying when I'm looking for things.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
One of the big things for me, especially since we're coming back and doing the podcast again and looking just kind of reflectively at how I was watching anime for a long time, I had like kind of, I don't want to say lost the love for it because I'm always going to love the medium, but I had definitely gotten to a place where it was like, I was going like sensory overload. I was watching so much stuff. I wasn't really retaining everything that I wanted to retain. I wasn't enjoying it. Wasn't having fun. So like taking a little break from the pod allowed me to really take a break from not just anime, but just like flush my head out and be like, what do I really want to watch? What do I really enjoy watching? What do I really want to talk about? Like really sitting there and Yeah, like a deep dive. And that's where even like rewatching some of like the classics, like rewatching Dragon Ball Z, rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho, going back and rewatching some of the older things. Like I even caught a couple of Trigon episodes. Like I was watching Afro Samurai. I was like going back to the roots really to get a better, just to build myself back up when it came into watching anime and enjoying it and looking at it as something that I genuinely enjoy. So I had that mindset when I went in and rewatched Fire Force. And baby, that was a moment. Like going back in and rewatching Fire Force with clearer eyes. With clearer eyes, it was so great. And then from that,
I'm thankful for that, by the way.
Yo, I appreciate you. And then from that, going straight into Shangri-La Frontier and actually getting a chance to be, oh boy, I'm on a high right now. And I'm like,
you are.
I'm like, ooh, and Shangri-La Frontier just announced that the next arc that's coming out, and I'm hyped for it.
Oh, that arc look great. I like the idea of that arc because it kind of just, and I don't want to go too deep into Shangri-La, but I love the idea of what they're doing for the next arc for Shangri-La because one, it's what we talked about before, how we get that little separation at times of them being in the game and we get to know that they're in the game. And this is like, the stakes aren't as high, but it's cool. You get to kind of get all that. Now they bring in a level of stakes that we didn't get to see in other anime that are like this.
Yep.
Where it's like these real world stakes, they're not even like crazy stakes. They're not, but it's like, oh shit. Oh shit, okay. It's like these are little stakes. Like no one's gonna die, no one's gonna like trapped in this world, but it's like, oh shit, I'm feeling like Kaiba Yu-Gi-Oh, like Dual City shit. Like
Battle City. We have Battle City, bro. And I can't wait. I can't wait for us to get to Battle City. So like I'm really in a place where I was enjoying series, and there's a couple that are on my watch list, but I wanna kind of going from such high highs as Fire Force with all the mystery and action, going to Shangri-La Frontier that has like, that feel good, but like feel good fun, but it's also like a lot of high highs. I was trying to go from like that to like Frieren. And I am going to watch Frieren because I've heard from so many people that's one of the best anime that they've ever seen. Not even just like, oh, it's one of the best anime. Again? Frieren. Am I saying that right? Frieren. Yeah, Frieren. Wonderful. Frieren. You don't know Frieren? With the elf? We talked about it.
That's what I was going to bring up. I finally jumped on it.
Oh, my God. Thank you, bro. All right. So now we can take this journey together. If you're taking the Frieren journey, I can take the Frieren journey together.
I watched the first 3 episodes before we got on the pod. This is a once-in-a-lifetime anime.
Really? Okay. Now we can get it. So
I cried the first 15 minutes into the first episode.
That first episode's crazy, bro. That first episode's so crazy. That first episode's so crazy. That first episode's so crazy. Bro, when she came back,
and my man,
how was it Hemmel, the hero?
Hemmel.
Yo. And he was like the old man chilling, like, I'm so happy to see you again. Like, it's so, and she's like, what do you mean? Wow, you got old. Like, yeah, that happens after about 55 years.
50 years, nigga, like, dog. This show is so fucking beautiful.
Yes.
It hasn't, again, I'm only 3 episodes in, but everything that has happened in this show, it hasn't missed a fucking step.
Nope.
It hasn't missed a fucking step. This is, as of right now, the way this is going, this might go into like my top 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to say in top 10 right now because I'm 3 episodes in. Bro.
Oh, but when I said it,
you got me crying in the first 15 minutes? Dog.
It takes a lot. But that's animated to have me crying in the first 15 minutes like that, low-key was like, I'm trying to think of like Yu Yu Hakusho territory. Yu Yu Hakusho territory is definitely, because that gets me every time. It's like the end of Coco, bro. I ain't never made it through the end of Coco without
crying. My God. Coco's a whole different beast.
I ain't gonna hold you. I watched Coco several times. I've never made it through Coco.
I can't. I watched Coco one time and I was like, I can't do this again. Like, bro. That was an emotional, like, buster. Like, that shit brain buster to me, boy.
Yo, that little boy, he was dressed as that little mariachi drumming on. I was like...
They hit me with the Stalin brain buster. Like, they just had me up there, just like, and then dropped me on my fucking back. I couldn't do it.
Insane. I think that. So let me just rephrase, because I gotta go back. When I first started watching Frieren, one of the things for me was and I mentioned this before. I was watching it at the same time as Jobless Reincarnation, and you can't do that. You can't do that.
That's a lot of emotional
you can't do
distress.
That. You can't do on that mixed in with just the raunchiness, I will call it for lack of a better term, of Jobless Reincarnation. It's two different like sides of the brain. It really is. Like it's one is like you're tapping into the emotional, really psychological, heartfelt side of anime, and one is like, yo, I was a bum in my last life, but I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna be around all these big titty women, and this is gonna be great. And I'm also trying to be better about myself. But you see that big ass titty over there, like that's like, look, Jobless Reincarnation, and we can go back here real quick. But Jobless Reincarnation is one of those anime where I don't argue with nobody. Either you like it or you don't. But I think, and I was explaining this to my wife before, it was like, this is one because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. She walked in on me, watched Jobless Reincarnation,
big ass titties on the screen. She's like, what the fuck?
It was 100% that RDC World clip where I was like, yo, listen, I swear to you, they was just in a meeting room. They was just talking. Like they was fighting the dragon 2 minutes ago. I swear to you. Like I'm telling you, they was fighting the dragon. But it's one of those anime where if you like it or if you dislike it, regardless of where you stand on the spectrum of Jobless Reincarnation, everyone is on the foundation of, yeah, Rudy be doing some wild stuff. Like we don't be trying to sit here and be acting like Rudy's like this amazing main character that has all this like beautiful works of art, and the way that he moves and the way that he tries to. Nah, bro, he a pervert that got like put in another world. He's learning, he's trying to grow, but yeah, he be doing some messed up stuff. So I think that as a foundation, watching that alongside like not only the beauty of Frieren, but also her as a character.
She's a great main character so far.
She's a great main character. Character.
I just think watching, I've always wondered, like, what is it really like to be an immortal elf? Not like, oh, I want to be an immortal elf, but like that disconnect. They show the disconnect so fucking well of what it looks like to be an elf. It's terrifying.
Yeah,
and like,
scary.
I wonder what that's going to do to her. This growth and this development. Like, obviously, I think it's a great thing. However, though, how do you go from looking at everything in the sense, like, I'm not saying that she ever looked like things like this or an elf would, but think about Nolan. When he's like, these motherfuckers live, they're a speck, they're a piece of sand in our lifetime. So it's like getting to see that from the elf's perspective is like they don't look down on people, but like that immortality aspect of like everything is so small compared to them. And to see her develop all of this, again, just the first 3 episodes, like blew my mind because like when we're watching, I can't remember Ren.
Yep.
Aaron.
Girl.
Yep. I think it's Ren.
Oh, no.
I can't remember. It's a little girl. It's a little girl.
Okay.
No, from I can't even think now. Blew my
Inuyasha?
No. I'm saying from Beyond Journey's End.
Gotcha.
What's her name? Aaron, the little girl?
I thought it was Ren. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, I think it's Ren too. I can't even remember right now just because we're in the middle of conversation. But besides the point, her asking all these questions of just like, you really love magic. Why are you collecting all these little things and whatnot? And then knowing that she's doing that just to like relive the memories she had with her friends.
Yeah. Like it's
like in seeing how that affects her. It's still like it doesn't affect her as much as it would a human because their lifespans are just completely different. But seeing how it's these little things and these memories and these remembrances for her are like slowly but surely taking more and more of a hold on her emotional side. And like just watching that build up is just like, oh man, this was such a beautiful, just like loving story.
She's in the point of, and this is why I think even the way that it's written is so beautifully done, because we watch elves and other series and other, different forms of media, but we never think about, and they always do have this like little hoity-toity kind of,
for sure,
I'm above you. And Frieren doesn't have that I'm above you, but it's more like a, miss me with all this. Like I ain't gonna, y'all don't really, I don't say matter, but y'all don't really matter. Like I one of the parts from episode 1 that really was
They have
subtle,
different values because of the
Yeah.
length in which her lifespan is.
one of the parts from episode 1 that really stood out to me was when she went to the shopkeeper. And she went to the shopkeeper and he was young and they were like arguing and everything. And then like she went and we saw her doing all her bunch of journeys and then she came back to that same shopkeeper. That man was like 135 years old. So to sit there and have to live that kind of lifestyle, because as humans, we crave other humans. We crave other interactions. You have to be, no man is an island. You cannot sit there and just like be on your own. But somehow as an elf, she not only has done this, she has done this in a way that when she does come around other people, there is no point in building a connection, at least from her mind. There's no point in building a connection because I'm going to go out here and like rock out for like 35, 45 years. I'm about to
go on this side mission.
Yeah, I'm about to go.
Like my side mission. I'm going to get some milk. Like she's really on a side mission to get milk, and like that's just her. Like your whole entire life is a side mission for her.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
Oh my God.
Your whole life is a side mission.
Your life is a side mission to her. Oh my God. Yo, you over here falling in love with this girl, thinking she's amazing. They be fearing the elf, building statues and the hero and everything. Like, bro, yeah, no, man, that was just a little side mission. I need some XP.
Yeah.
I was trying to level up. No.
I was trying to level up.
I
love how they're doing this. Like I will say, this is giving me massive Lord of the Ring vibes, and I love it.
Yeah, well, because you love it. Yeah. Have you gotten to? It. So I'm
on episode 3. Basically, I just episode 3 had me sobbing again because we saw why she wanted to get all the sour grapes, learn the spells, and learn like all these little things, and it was just to remember her fucking friends, and like that shit took me the fuck out, and so that's where I am right now. And she's about to the seal is about to break, and then we saw a Himmel again as the old man. She's like cold, isn't she? Basically, it's like, but she's not. He said, but she's not so cold that she's gonna let this village fall to its fate.
Yeah. Like, I got to the point where, so I started watching Frieren a few months back. Like, maybe even before the wedding. And I think I got like 5 episodes in. Did you? Where is like?
She's about episode 3. She's literally about to. The seal is about to break on the demon mage that basically cast himself in the stone because like his spell was so powerful that it backfired. Yeah, that's literally what I am.
Something like renew the spell.
I know she, as far from what I've heard her say, she was like, "Oh, I gotta kill this motherfucker." Like basically, not renew the spell, but we'll see. I don't know. So we'll see.
She's like renewed the spell in the past, and that's why she's like, "Oh, we have to go over here now because like my spell's about to break." So yes, I know exactly where you are. So I'm basically starting back from square one because I remember bits and pieces of the series from this point because I said I got a little bit further than this because I think I saw this episode, the one after that, and I think one more after that. So
they consider this a shonen? Wow.
I can see that. I guess. It wouldn't be a shoujo. It wouldn't be a shoujo. There's still a lot of action in it. There's a ton of action in it. And the animation and the action is, oh my God, bro.
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm only 3 episodes in, so I don't really know.
Oh, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Watch the next episode, then you'll be there. You'll see. Yeah. So, but I'll take this journey with you again because what I was gonna say before was like I'm trying to find something that could be like a bridge between that and Frieren if I'm gonna be like rock a solo because. That's where I had even started picking up Go Lose the Ranger again because a lot of these, and this is where
I gotta finish Go Lose the Ranger, so I might restart it just to make sure I get everything.
And that's what I'm saying. This is a port where there was so much anime that came out last year that my head was all over the place where I was trying to consume it all at the same time and I wasn't actually watching it. So like I got spoilers, if you will, but like I've watched a lot of these shows to a point, and then I've stopped. And I'm like, you know what? I need to go back and watch. So like, I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes of Go Lose a Ranger. I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes of Frieren. I watched like the first. Honestly, this is another one I gotta get back on. I watched like the first like 10 episodes of Undead Unluck, and then my site got taken away, so I was kind of tight about that. But it's
what do you mean?
My site that I was watching.
Why not just watch Undead Unluck on Crunchyroll?
It's not on Crunchyroll. It's on Hulu. Undead Unluck.
It's not because that's how long it's been since I watched it. So that's why. Okay,
it's not on, bro. And don't even matter of fact, do get me started on this because another one, and this is one that I want to start punching air about, is Oshi no Koi. I loved Oshi no Koi, and I've started watching Oshi no Koi on my site. My site got taken away. We're not going to talk about it.
I think they're all gone. All the sites.
All the sites are gone. But I was so tight about the fact that they had the one that was on was so good because I was watching, and I had gotten like 2 seasons into Oshi no Koi, and I was dumb gas when I got on Prime, and I was like, "Yo, Prime got Oshi no Koi, let's go!" And they only had like the first 2 seasons or the first like season or whatever. So I was like, "All right, whatever. I know season 2 will come at some point." Bro, they dropped season 2 on there. I was like, "Let's go!" I'm about to sit here and watch Oshi no Koi. We hype. And sure enough, it is blocked because only High Dive has it. Because like when I went on Prime, bro, it was like in French. Like the subtitles.
Oh no!
French. And I was like, yo.
Listen, no!
I was like, yo, when I see you, High Dive. When I see you, High Dive.
We're squaring the fuck up.
Like, because Oshi no Koi is one that we it's
I haven't
more
watched,
slice of, it's more slice of life. So I don't know if you will be like into it, but like it's like a slice of life isekai. Because
I don't know, yo. I know that like this is considered shonen. You saying there is action in Beyond Journey's End, but it feels very slice of life to me, and like I'm thoroughly enjoying that shit. So this might be like one of the things that could bridge that gap for me to go into a little bit more slice of life shit, because that's because they're doing it so well. You know what I mean? They're doing this so fucking well. Like the story. It's not that I don't like slice of life. I just feel like I'd rather watch real people do slice of life. You know what I mean?
I almost fell out my chair. Bro, if you get on slice of life anime, and I'm gonna say this to you, I love you. If you get on slice of life anime, I got you. Because I genuinely do enjoy slice of life anime. I know. First, I genuinely do enjoy a good slice of life anime. And if you, because bro, Comey can't communicate. If I can get you on,
you've been talking about that for a long fucking time.
Comey can't communicate. Let me get you on. Let me get you onto this my happy marriage, bro. Let me get you onto some good. Well, technically, my happy marriage. Well, more shoujo than slice of life. But I got some in the bag. So let me help.
Let me get through this first. Let me take the transition first.
Nah, but I'll tell you this. This is perfect because, like I said before, I was looking for something that could transition me into something as emotionally in depth as Frieren is going to be, because it's going to be. You can see that it's just going to be like
there's levels.
Emotion. Like I was even messing with Wisteria, Sword and Shield.
I know you're talking about. Yep. I tried to start that, and I think I just fell asleep for not any particular reason. I think I just started that at night, and then I fell asleep.
I will be coming back to it. I will stop it to watch Frieren with you. I will be coming back to it. When people say like, oh, I got a 3 episode like minimum, like, oh, you gotta get me in 3 episodes or else I'm going. Yeah, that joint got me. Okay. That joint got me like 20. That joint got me like 20 minutes, bro. I'm absolutely coming back to that. So nice. I am getting a little tired of the magical genre though. I'll say that because I feel like, and this is something that I think has taking a lot of different, and maybe it's just like the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of what's hot and what's not. Because if you think about like anime from the 90s, there was a ton of space anime in the 90s.
Yeah,
a ton of them.
Okay,
and even ones that you got the mainstream ones that everybody loved, but then even you got some that were just kind of out there, like, oh yeah, we're in space doing stuff. And so there was a ton of space sci-fi elements of anime that aren't really there anymore because everything's magical and Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm curious of 2 things. 1, what is going to be that next turn? And 2, how long are we going to stay in this magical place? Because that's
an interesting thought. I haven't thought about that at all. So that's a very interesting thought. And I guess, does the pendulum swing back? Do we ever go back to sci-fi like related things, or
I wouldn't mind
do
it.
we just transition into something different? Like,
I wouldn't mind going back to some sci-fi because I miss sci-fi anime. I do. I miss Bebop. I miss Outlaw Star. I miss
Parasite.
Parasite was Parasite was
That was
sci-fi,
definitely
but
fucking sci-fi, boy.
Yeah, it's sci-fi, but it's not like I'm thinking like Space Odyssey sci-fi. Like even like even some Gundam, bro. Like I know there's Gundam series that are out, but I want like an original.
Catch Pantheon.
Oh, I do remember you telling me about that.
Catch Pantheon.
Dude,
we did have Cyberpunk too. We had Cyberpunk.
Oh my god, But that's
we had Cyberpunk.
Is that technically sci-fi?
That's sci-fi. That's sci-fi, dude.
Okay.
Cyberpunk is it's in the realm of sci-fi.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Cyberpunk
its own thing.
No, Cyberpunk is like a genre of sci-fi.
Because I thought about it like steampunk. Like steampunk, I look at it as its own thing.
You could catch Scavenger's Reign too. Those are shorts. Scavenger's Reign is really cool. It's a HBO. Okay. I think it's a Max original. I did watch Scavenger's Reign. The next season is coming out.
I did watch Scavenger's Reign.
Scavenger's Reign is fire.
When they get trapped on the planet.
Yeah,
it's like
that shit crazy.
God, bro. No.
Yeah, Scavenger's Reign.
You want to know what messed me up?
There's some shit that's been out, but like it's just not like as heavy as what we're. Yeah.
I think it's not traditional anime. It's Scavenger's Reign, and one thing I will always say about
it's not anime, but like it's animated, and it's a very good show, and it's coming back out, so that's nice.
That giant beast that be taking over people's mind, bro.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
That joint, dude.
That shit was terrifying,
bro.
That shit was terrifying.
That shit, bro. Freezer that whole planet.
Terrifying.
Whole planet, bro. When my man was sitting here and he was like, "I just want to be eaten."
Bro.
Freezer the whole planet, bro. Freezer the ashes of the planet. Hit that joint with the dog.
You gotta go.
Hit the Death Star that hit Alderaan, bro. Just like absolutely take it, bro. Like the Marvel they was playing with at the end of Men in Black, like that thing gotta go. It gotta go.
Bro, hold on. Because you bring up the sci-fi thing, and I agree with you. I do agree that I feel like like we're not getting a lot of it, but we've had bangers, yo. Like so, Heavily Delusion, sci-fi.
Yes.
Catch Pantheon.
Yes.
You should definitely catch that, huh?
Mystery of Sci-fi. Pantheon I did start because that's the AMC joint, right?
I know you're gonna like. Yes, Pantheon's the AMC joint.
Yeah.
We got Cyberpunk. That shit won.
Love Cyberpunk.
Everything. So we've been getting hit. I mean, is Kaiju number 8 sci-fi? It might be. They're aliens in tech. So like, I feel like we're getting it. It's just I do agree that we are a little top heavy on the magic. Dan sci-fi?
Dan is also magic.
I wouldn't say magic.
Shaman shit.
Yeah, I'd say more spiritual.
Spiritual.
Spirit related.
Yes, you're right. Spiritual. I mean, like Space Odyssey, bro.
I know what you mean. I want
to go see the stars. Like, let me go.
You want to get about. You want to get up out in that shit.
Yeah, like I look at it like this. You
got Scavenger's Reign. It's coming back out.
I'm getting a little, and I'm not saying oversaturated is a tough term because I know we used to have that conversation about what is too many isekais. What is too many isekais? The answer is yes, but also I want to get back to, or maybe again, it might be something different. It might be going in a different direction forward, but I do miss like a classic space joint, like when we in the stars, we go on the planets, like we going here. Like I enjoy watching Bebop for that, and plus Bebop is Bebop. But like Outlaw Star is one that I would, you know how much I love me some Gene Starwind, bro. Like that's my guy. And so getting an opportunity to go out and see these other planets and explore and everything, I almost feel like I'd rather see one like that than go into another dungeon. Like I've gone into a lot of dungeons lately. I just have. And whether it's, I've enjoyed my time in dungeons. I'm about to go watch some solo leveling after this. So I've enjoyed my time in some dungeons, but I'm tired of being in dungeons. Like, let me get something that's going to be a little bit more Space Odyssey. Let me go on an adventure, see the stars. Let me do that.
You want more adventure, but not an isekai. Not an isekai adventure.
Eventually, all the adventures are the same. In some way, there's other branches out. There's other ways that you can like have the complex adventure.
I can respect it,
but it's all the same. Like everyone's fighting a orc, everyone's fighting a dragon, everyone's fighting this. Everyone's using the magic powers, the spells.
Solo leveling. Did you catch?
Now I'm about to watch. I'm about to watch it after this. Like, because I have heard that fight is different. So I don't want to hear nothing about the just. Yeah, I've heard that fight is different. So I'm gonna go watch it right after this.
Because I said it, and I'm still gonna stand on this bit. Those fights in animation are carrying the show, and it's not that I don't like the characters. I just feel like we're not getting any flushed out anything in terms of like where the story is going, other than the fact that this man's trying to save his life, his mom right now.
Bro, I'm cool with Soul Leveling being the new age Dragon Ball Z in that way. I'm cool with that. We haven't had a really iconic beat 'em up. And what's the last iconic beat 'em up we had? Like straight up hands beat 'em up.
And there's a phenomenal fight in every episode, so I'm gonna give him that.
What I'm saying, bro? Like we getting fights, we getting fisticuffs.
Yeah, no, we definitely getting fisticuffs for sure.
So I'm cool with it. Like I look at it like when you have an opportunity to do, and this is why obviously anime we talk about all the time is so great because you can do so many different things with the medium, but you can go from something as intricate and something as heart-wrenching as Frieren that will pull at your heartstrings, make you think of so many different ways and value not only friendship, life, emotions, connections, all of that. And then you can also be like, yo, we're going to make this real scrawny dude sexy, and then we're going to give him a bunch of shadow beasts, and then, we just going to have him fight a bunch of things. Like, what is his motivation? He likes to fight a bunch of things. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm honestly, there is room to have a beat 'em up. So let the animation carry it. I'm fine with having a beat 'em up. I'm fine with being like, yo, come on, show me these fisticuffs. So, because I'm like, I want to be able to have that. And again, going back to what I was mentioning before about having so much oversaturation of the magical world stuff. We're not seeing what potentially this could go to because everyone's like, oh, we can make money with magical world stuff. Let's do magical world stuff.
I can't believe I never mentioned this, but it's probably just because, I caught a few episodes of it and I didn't finish it and maybe I was waiting to talk about it. But since we're here and we're talking about like where you're trying to go, this isn't a space odyssey, but catch Pluto if you haven't.
Oh, they're the same people who made Monster. Same people made Monster.
Catch Pluto. That shit.
I started, and it's short too. It's like 6 episodes.
It's a mini series. Fire.
I started the first episode, and the same thing that happened to you happened to me. Where I was like, I started at like 11 o'clock at night for some reason, and then like 30 minutes in, I was like, this is gonna be amazing, but I just cannot keep my eyes open any longer.
Yeah, they do great. That's great work they did. I really love Pluto. That came out, I think, 2023. I know. And I think when I finish Pluto, that might lead me into Monster for real, because like I really like how Pluto was going from what I was watching. Just the mystery thriller part of it, like, and I will say that I haven't gotten a lot of thrillers in like my anime list of things that I've watched. So like. That could easily lead me into that realm if at all possible.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, when you think of thrillers at this point, Monster is the first one that comes to mind, because for
me it's Parasite, just because I haven't seen Monster. So,
do I think of Parasite as a thriller?
That shit is definitely a fucking thriller.
I get more suspense out of Parasite than a thriller.
I get a horror like thriller-esque vibe. You gotta understand, like, trying to solve the mystery of all this parasite shit and all that, like I thought it was thrilling.
I can see that.
It might not be classified as a thriller, but I think it's a thriller. I think it's a little more like a horror action thriller.
And I think, and when I look at something like Monster is like a suspense thriller, because I don't think it's horror. It doesn't go into like, it doesn't go into horror genre, like the horror genre, in the same way that like Miggy and all his boys like slashing people up and everything. Like, it doesn't go into that horror genre, but it definitely goes into suspense. It definitely goes into thriller, and I'm gonna always sit here and stand on my soapbox for Monster. So if you like Pluto, you absolutely will like Monster, because it is, Johan always watching, bro. Just know.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about him.
He watching you right now, bro. You don't even know. He watching us. Johan's sitting there devising a plan to just let us know that he watching. So that's all you need to do. Man, honestly, I'm excited for where we're going. I know that this next upcoming season, we were talking about it before. Matter of fact, we could even dive into it a little bit here as we wrap up. That like the new season that's coming out in the spring. We're getting blessed with so many different series and so many different returns.
We're getting blessed this year.
Yeah, no, bro. Honestly, and I'm not gonna say it's been a while since we've had a really good anime year, because I think every year we have bangers that just kind of pop up. We do. Every year we have bangers that pop up. It hasn't been like, I forgot what year that was. Maybe 2019, like right before the pandemic, or
that was when we had like a fuck ton of shit that dropped.
That was Fire Force, Dr. Stone. That was like what else came out then? That even Barso I think was out at some point, and I'm just using that as like a.
I can't wait for them to come back out and just shorten
Black
everything so we could get good shit. Yeah, same
Black
thing.
Clover
Black Clover and Bones are actually doing that, which I'm thankful for.
So I'm like, there was so many different like really big time anime that came out, and yes, I know I was talking junk about Black Clover last season, but I still acknowledge, and if you listened to it last week, I still say that Black Clover is a good starter anime, but that is all. But there was a lot of really good series that came out in one like pocket of a year and a half, and I feel like we're starting to get back into that trend because a lot of the series that have come out, and again, I'm going to be going back and having a really in-depth watch about a bunch of these, because like Go-Go Loser Ranger was one as a diehard Power Ranger fan that I was really hyped for, and the concept is crazy, and the way that they've already started to put that world together, I think I'm on episode like 3 or 4 of that, and getting an opportunity to know that season 2 is coming out. Windbreaker, which is one I know you want to talk about this. You want to talk about feet, and that's why I've said this to you before. I know you're gonna like Windbreaker, and the reason why I know you're gonna like Windbreaker for 2 reasons. One, because Windbreaker is, as much as I love this series, it is what Tokyo Revengers should have been. It is. Windbreaker.
I know people are gonna hate you for this, but I had to stop watching Tokyo Revengers. I couldn't. I just couldn't.
No, I don't think
I liked it.
Yeah, people are.
I liked it, but I didn't. I couldn't. I just. The story was cool, but like I couldn't just sit here and watch this nigga just get beat up every fucking episode.
Did you get to Christmas though? Can I show you the Christmas fight? Can I show you the Christmas fight where he spent?
Which season is it on?
That's season 2, I think. It's season 2. And the Christmas fight, bro, he spent about 4 episodes literally getting dog walked around the church on Christmas Day. And it was one of the funniest fight scenes I've ever... Bro, I didn't even know somebody could crash into a pew like that. Like,
fight back, nigga.
I didn't even know. Oh, no, you can't fight back against that dude. But, like, it was... People that don't like Tokyo Revengers or people that jump off Tokyo Revengers, I don't blame them because I have been emotionally invested in Tokyo Revengers to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see how this pay out.
You're gonna finish it. You put too much time.
And I do enjoy some of the characters from Tokyo Revengers. I do. Mikey's dope. Draken's my guy. But don't nobody in anime take a punch like Takamichi. I'm gonna go to my grave saying that. And so they make somebody else. Don't nobody in anime take a punch like Takamichi. But Windbreaker takes away the time travel portion of it, and it's just high school games that just be like, yo, we trying to keep our town safe, and so we gonna keep our town safe. Y'all not gonna come over here. You see that bridge? Oh, you crossing that bridge? All right, we gotta go.
We gotta square up.
But like the fighting is so good because it's not powers. It's not like
it's hands.
It's hands. Straight, utter, ended hands. All you got in that joint is hands. And the way they animate these fights and the way that they be, because you be sitting there being like, yo, how in the world are we getting this hype over just like hands?
People fighting, like,
bro,
I don't watch hands in real life.
Hands, bro. Hands. And not even they got hands. The people they fighting got hands. The crew they got hands. The way they set it up to be like, yo, look, we about to see these dudes. It's like, yo, we about to go kick his ass, bro. We about to let's see the hands. You got to get on Windbreaker. So I let's do this. Let's do this. I'm cool with going in Frieren because I
can't go into Windbreaker right now.
No, because you're a Frieren. Oh. No, you're a Frieren. Chill out. That's
I got that. I got Pluto. I need to finish. And
I'm at the point now where I'm a one anime person, bro. I'm watching it. I'm watching it, and that's it. That is where I'm at. I'm not going 18 different places. I may watch the most anime as far as like multiple that I will watch at this point is going to be 3. I may watch 3. And like
too much in my brain.
I'm going to have a couple week to week. And I'm going to have a couple that I can like skydive in on because Gintama will forever be. I feel like watching a couple of Gintama episodes. Skydive in on Gintama, parachute on out. Like that's basically what I'm going to be doing with Gintama until it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, this is something I have to finish. And I know it's going to get to that point. But until then, I'm going to have a series I want to watch. I'm going to have a series I'm doing week by week. And I'm going to have that miscellaneous. That could either be a series I want to watch or week by week. And right now I'm in that weird place of trying to figure out what that is. But Frieren can definitely be that series I'm going to watch, while Solo Leveling can be that week by week. I'm good with that right now. And it's Sakamoto Days will get sprinkled in there. I'm kind of letting that one build.
Like I said, I'm waiting on Sakamoto Days just to finish because I can't wait for Sakamoto Days. I'm actually excited for it.
It's like that. No,
I'm excited for it.
It's like that. It's very, very, very much like that. Like Sakamoto Days, from what I've seen, and I've watched, I think 5 episodes of it.
Mm-hmm.
It does remind me of Gintama, but not as silly. It's definitely not as silly as Gintama. It reminds me of Gintama. But it also reminds me of, like, at least the action part of it. And from what I've seen with the action part of it, it reminds me very much of the style in which they fight, the style in which they communicate with each other. It's lighthearted, but it's also, like, it's not hands in the same sense of hands because it's John Wick. It's John Wick the anime. I hate to say it like that. It's John Wick the anime, with the exception of John Wick is choosing not to kill you. But he can.
But he can.
He really can. And so I'm enjoying watching that when I catch it. And yeah,
what was that shit that is kind of giving me the energy of? What was that show that popped up on HBO for a point? Ninja Kamui.
Oh, bro, Ninja Kamui, no.
Where, like, you know, he could fuck you up, like he retired, he chilling, but y'all fucking with him.
So Ninja Kamui,
y'all fucking with him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but you do realize Ninja Kamui ended a painful death. Like, it died Ninja Kamui was like lambasted at how terrible it was, bro. It was bad because they like gave.
I can't believe they went mecha, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gave him like mecha suits, and it like.
I can't believe they went mecha.
They just again. There was another anime. Was it Kingdom of Ruin, where like the first couple episodes was like, yo, what is going on? And then by episode 4, it was like, yo, this is a terrible anime. Y'all just throwing grotesque things at me. That makes me think this is a really good anime. Like, y'all just like indiscriminately beheading and blood spewing everyone. And so I'm starting to think, you're like, oh, they'll trick this. Let's go over there and just like shoot this person and like getting them up so we can think this is good. No, it's a trash story with like crazy stuff happening. And I feel like Ninja Kamui, because Ninja Kamui, that first episode, the first couple episodes, had the anime world in a blender. Everybody's
like, oh shit, when did this pop up? They popped up out of nowhere. It was the ending ended up being trash of that first season.
Booty,
which sucks because like the first half of the season, I was all the way in.
I think everybody was
all the way in.
And then they got to the point where everybody collectively said, "Yo, this shit's dumb." Like, I love when the anime community comes together and collectively agrees on something, because it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Anime community came together collectively and was like, "Yo, this shit dumb, right? Yeah, this shit dumb. Bro. But so I don't know. I'm looking forward to what we've been blessed with. I truly am happy to hear that you're on the Frieren train, because I'm down. Like, we here. We gonna be talking about Frieren.
I'm happy to be on that shit, and that shit making me just appreciate my life a little bit more.
Now, if only we can get that same appreciation coming from you for Thorfinn. But that's another story for another day. That's another story for another day.
In the pod.
I'll tell you this. The day is going to come. And yes, this is going to be the last thing, and then we're going to wrap up here. The day is going to come where you are going to go back with fresh eyes, and you are going to watch Vinland Saga. And you're going to say, Vinland Saga Season 2 specifically. And you're going to come back, and I'm going to get a random text on a random day, and you're going to be like, you know what? I still don't like the way that Thorfinn did it, but that was a beautiful piece of anime that I just watched.
I never once ever said that I didn't think the season was great. The season was a phenomenal piece of work.
But you're going to enjoy it now. That's what
I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I just don't like Thorfinn. It's not that they like. It was still a very well done season. It was one of the best seasons of anime you could possibly fucking watch. They didn't miss a single fucking step when it came to that season. And like, I'm not saying just because I don't like Thorfinn and the way it went, it doesn't mean that I can look at it and be like, oh, this still wasn't great. And Thorfinn's still a great character.
He is.
I just don't like the way it went. Like, fuck him.
Because we're gonna keep running.
Nah, bro.
I enjoyed it.
Pick that fucking dagger up, boy. Like, what the fuck is you doing?
Nah, bro, he choosing peace. He
I
going
don't
to J.
give a
Cole route. He
fuck.
going to J. Cole route and choosing peace. And there's nothing wrong with
Yo,
choosing peace.
one thing we ain't ever gonna do is throw strays at J. Cole on this pod.
I ain't throwing shit. That's
I'm
not
about to say.
With the doggone, what's it called? The little sample from the Wiz Khalifa mixtape.
Yes.
Yes. J. Cole through shade like throwing free zone.
Okay, I was making sure that we on the same page.
I'm stating a fact. The man chose peace, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes the world might be a better place, AU, if more people chose peace. That's all I'm gonna say. J. Cole chose peace. Thorfinn chose peace. Sometimes the world will be a better place if there's so much war and hatred going on. Sometimes you choose some peace. It's a peace-loving brother. Everybody cool. Like, you just gotta choose peace sometimes. And if you don't choose peace,
I can guarantee you, J. Cole would watch somebody kill his fucking family.
No, but he not Thorfinn. No, he not Thorfinn. I'm saying it from the standpoint of you absolutely got to choose peace sometimes. If you don't, then a mother lover gonna get on the Super Bowl stage and start singing your name and call you a pedophile in front of everybody, and they gonna sing it along with it at the Super Bowl. So you got to choose peace sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, be a peace loving brother. You ain't gonna be a peace loving brother.
I'll choose when I'm gonna be a peace loving motherfucker. I ain't gonna choose to be a peace loving motherfucker every day of my life. It's gonna be times where violence is only necessary.
Nah, bro, just all you got to do is go to like Iceland or Norway or wherever the hell you're trying to take them and just build that utopia. That utopia of peace.
No.
His
father tried to do that and got his head cut off.
Oh my God. But that was his own fault. But that's a different story for a different day. But yo, AU, man, we about to slide on up out of here. You got something you want to leave the people with before we go?
Man, y'all already know. It's always room on the couch, baby. Thanks for tuning in.
Always, always, always. So listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Rate us, review us. Check us out on our socials at Couch Stealers and subscribe to the Couch Stealers YouTube and hit that notification bell so you always know when we drop something brand spanking new. So, all right, y'all. We appreciate you. Always, always, always listening out. But we outie 5,000. Always rule.
Peace.